Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for August 28th, 2021, with your host, Pikachu2448, and Rem at Epsilon.
Hi. Apparently someone missed the name.
Chat was not scrolled down all the way, so I didn't see it immediately. For some stupid reason. So we have, strangely, a lot to talk about, considering we have 3 different showcases to talk about. Somehow. Because I forgot it was Gamescom this week.
Good one.
So we have 2 things from Gamescom, and we have a Pokemon Presents, and then we have a splattering of other news of varying quality, depending on how you feel about the stuff. But first, tell me, you been playing anything the last couple weeks?
I mean, not really.
I still need to submit my times.
Yeah, I think all but one of mine is there now.
For the marathon modes, do I need to individually highlight the individual difficulties?
That, or you could take the lazy person way that I did before and just say this difficulty started at this time in the comments.
Yeah, I'll probably just highlight them.
I highlighted everything separate.
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow.
Also, now everything has.
Yay!
And it's kind of funny, because there's just this big block of times that I've set for double O's and 01, crap ton of blanks, and then the 2 anything goes times I've submitted.
Let me look real quick. Yeah.
Because I could have submitted the Joker stuff. And actually, I still could technically submit the beginner and standard. I can't submit the extreme or for the marathon because I kind of died at the end.
Oh, can you not die on them for the run?
I mean, you think about that for a second there. I died in the extreme one.
Yeah.
I think I was up to Zeus. So most of the way through it. That's probably a good 5-minute time loss. There's no sense in even trying.
True.
A deathless run period would beat that then. If like I whiffed it on the first round, yeah, I'll retry and just keep rolling with it. But yeah, that far in, no. That's screwed at that point.
Yeah. I am almost to the end of Super Robot Wars T. I'm at the last plot split. In this last split, I get everyone regardless of the route I choose. It's just, do I team up with these assholes, those assholes, or say fuck them both, fight me?
Yes.
Needless to say, I chose the fuck you both, fight me. Which I believe is supposed to be the harder option because you're essentially fighting both enemy factions at the same time per map, but eh. So I should be done with that in the next week or so. Hopefully. Honestly, I haven't played that much else that wasn't on stream. Yeah, no, I haven't really done much else besides what was on stream. I just have to sit down and do the times. I am a little worried about Revice now because Vice doing fart jokes for most of his appearances in the episode this week for the crossover. I'm just like, oh god, please tell me this is just this person's writing for Vice. Please don't tell me this is Vice in general. He's gonna be so obnoxious. Because you know how the Imagine are for Dino?
Yeah.
What if that but worse? Because that's what this feels like.
I mean, I guess it could be worse.
True. Yeah, I gotta do that. Any other thoughts or anything?
Nah.
Alright then, let's hit the news! And first, so I've been learning a lot about Dead by Daylight because of Ty and everyone else. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh no. Because the Stranger Things crossover content for Dead by Daylight is going to go poof. Because Netflix doesn't want to renew the license. And essentially, if you do not own the characters by... Where was the date? There's a date in here somewhere. It doesn't say. I think it was like September. I feel like I saw the date for that. But if you didn't own the characters by September, so the two survivors and the Demogorgon killer, you would be unable to purchase them. Which kind of sucks. Since that is... Yeah, 3 characters and all of their related abilities, I think, would be locked to you if you did not purchase them, I think. The developers tried to counter this by putting them on a steep discount to like incentivize you to get them now. But I would assume anybody picking up a game after this happens is just SOL.
Completely screwed. Yeah.
Yeah. Which kind of sucks. Maybe they can sort those out. So, but we have better news because we can talk about Pokemon now. So,
if I can hit button.
So the mobile stuff that is not as important. Pokemon Unite is getting its mobile release on the 22nd of September. Mamoswine and Sylveon are slated for release. I believe Blastoise is also coming at some point.
I think it already was.
Okay. I was about to say, Blastoise is in the game or going to be in the game at the current moment. So, Pokemon Cafe is getting a revamp as Pokemon Cafe Remix. Masters EX is getting Dynamaxing and assorted anniversary events for being 2 years old. Somehow this game is still functional because I thought nobody liked it when it first came out. But the big things were our new look at Diamond and Pearl and our new look at Arceus. The only other smaller notes are that we were getting a Switch Lite for the Diamond and Pearl remakes, or a special Switch Lite for Diamond and Pearl remakes when it releases in November, and Pokemon Home will be compatible with all of these games next year. Don't know how much you can move around to any of the games, but they will be compatible next year. I do know, curiously enough, they are not moving over the major like ranked stuff for Pokemon off Sword and Shield for these releases.
So then you probably won't be able to move everyone to the Diamond and Pearl remakes at least.
Yeah.
Legends might be the question mark.
Well, Legends has some curious things about it that
Yeah.
So we'll hit the Diamond and Pearl remakes first. So they are to be expected, very much remakes of Diamond and Pearl. There's nothing surprisingly new here. I think they are still keeping like the big new stuff for this game close to the chest. Honestly, I think the major thing to come out of this is they are revamping Pokemon contests into kind of a new system. You've got the return of the like decorating your Pokeball with stickers and stuff. The change like the pop out animation. Like there's a whole customization thing with it. There is character customization, but it is more changing full outfits rather than picking individual pieces like it is in Sword and Shield. You've got like the online room and stuff from Diamond and Pearl, like before. And then you have the Grand Underground, which, much like Diamond and Pearl, is this big underground thing. You can mine there for items and stuff. But your hideout that you could do in those games, where you could put Pokemon statues, those affect the Pokemon hideaways. Because they can affect the spawn rates of Pokemon in those hideaways, and those are where some of the, like, not in the standard Sinnoh Dex Pokemon are going to be. Bear in mind, the words National Dex were never uttered a single time in this Pokemon Presents, but I think some Pokemon that weren't in Diamond and Pearl to start with, or even Platinum, will probably be in these hideaways. Nothing else entirely new from these. So, like I said, I think they're keeping the big fancy stuff close to their chest until we're closer to release. But how do you feel about the remakes now?
Kinda still about the same. I'm just at the meh.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, the Arceus game has my attention more, especially after this drop of information, because oh boy, do we got fun things to talk about. So, much like we've seen before, this is very much taking after Breath of the Wild because it's big open area exploration. We found out that the reason you have a dodge roll is because Pokemon, if you step in their territory, will come after you and will put you in the toilet.
Huh.
It will send your ass packing. Like, there are some Pokemon that aren't aggressive and you can approach and, like, pet. But there are other Pokemon, like, I don't know, like a Manectric, an Ursaring, stuff like that, that are like, you coming near me, and they will run you down, and they will attack you with their moves. And you have to dodge them, and either try to catch them, because you can throw a Pokeball to either initiate a Pokemon battle or try to catch it, or you just run. The other note is that this is technically the Hishi region. While this is like Sinnoh of the past, they're calling it the Hishi region because of a couple things we're going to talk about here in a second. I guess to future-proof things would be my assumption.
Probably.
See what other mechanical stuff first. They're mixing up the battle mechanics. because now while you have a normal move, you also have what is called, I believe it's power style and speed style for any move. Because like other RPGs, it's not like your turn, their turn, your turn, their turn. Depending on your speed stat, now you can actually get multiple turns before your opponents, or your opponent can get multiple turns on you. It's all dependent on speed stat now. And that plays into the new power and speed style of moves. Because power style, it can increase your attack power for the move, but you take a speed penalty and you might not get as many turns as like going forward. Or you might like lose like an turn advantage a little bit. But if you use a speed style version of it, you do less damage, but you, I think, keep your speed advantage. You keep like any speed advantage you have, or maybe you get more of it. And I believe every move can do this, including status effect moves, which is really interesting. Like this is the biggest shake up I feel like in Pokemon battle mechanics since, I would say, forever. Because I don't think Mega Evolution and Dynamaxing and Z moves have shaken up how you play Pokemon as much as this.
I mean, fair.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to point out that you are a part of the Survey Corps, and have you seen the logo for the Survey Corps?
No.
Okay, you need to see this because it's very curious. Let me see if I can find an image real quick. I was about to say, yeah, I figured I'm gonna pull up some Attack on Titan stuff. Damn it. Alright, while I'm looking at that, we also got introduced to 4 new Pokemon. 2 of them are actually evolutions of Pokemon we've had before. 2 of them are regional variants. Really? None of these are going to have a... Does that have it? Yes! There it is. Okay. The logo's on the front of the building. That looks suspiciously like something else we know from this region, doesn't it?
I don't know if I'm just not saying it or...
Do you not see the, I guess, the kind of S thing that's in the circle on the front of the building?
Kind of?
Hang on. Would having this side-by-side help?
Yep.
Okay. For reference, folks, the Survey Corps' logo looks almost exactly like the Team Galactic logo. That's curious. That's suspicious. Cyrus, did you steal their logo? Cyrus, did you steal their logo? Are they secretly the bad guys? Because there is this whole mystery of like Pokemon going berserk or something in this game. So,
Also, I'm willing to bet that I'm probably able to call it right now. The remakes, you're not going to be able to send any Pokemon. Legends, you probably will.
probably.
You see the Galarian Weezing up there, right?
Yeah.
On the building. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I feel like they wouldn't have done that if that wasn't a... Yeah, you're probably going to get to move most, if not all, the Pokemon in here.
Yeah. Since we're going to talk about the Pokemon, I need to pull up Sarah B's information on the side, because this article does not specify all the things for these Pokemon, unfortunately. So, like I said, we got 2 new Pokemon that are evolutions of previous Pokemon, and we have 2 regional variants that were revealed in this trailer. So our new evolutions, are Weirdier, who is normal psychic and an evolved form of Stantler, which is a very odd Pokemon to be choosing, but I believe that was introduced in Gen 4.
Also, doesn't that feel kind of backwards? We have what should be a prequel title, yet we've got a new evolution.
They kept emphasizing in the trailer that like all of these different Pokemon are because of the Hishi region's like wild nature and stuff. So I assume it's a case of these are evolutions that were lost to time because fucking, I don't know, changes to environment. Look, we gotta do something to make
that
this...
one I might can get kind of deal.
Yeah.
But it's like that feels wrong.
Yeah. It also looks like the Swazbuck like winter evolution or winter form change, which yeah, it kind of does. We also have Basculegion, which is a evolved form of Basculin. That is water ghost type and is a Basculin that is possessed by the ghost of its brethren that died trying to go upstream.
That's kind of dark.
Yeah, Pokemon likes going dark randomly. Fuck. And we have our 2 regional variants. First up, we have a Hisuian Growlithe, who is Fire Rock.
I was showing off on the pictures, and it's actually inverse.
Oh. Hisuian Bravery, then, who's Psychic Flying. My bad.
I feel like this might be one of the few regional ones that I'm like, eh.
The Bravery, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hisuian Growlithe looks a lot better. He is good boy. And I assume we would get an Arcanine? Potentially?
That's what I was going to say. I would assume that means we've got an Arcanine.
Well, we can have an Arcanine or we can have a completely different evolution because we've gotten both now.
Yeah, but I feel like if we're using Galar as like the basis of where they're going here too, then we're probably going to just see a regional form evolution, not a brand new evolution.
Yeah.
Because I don't... Did they even do that in Galar?
No.
That's what I was thinking. Alola was the only one that did that.
I might be getting the regions mixed up. Galar or Sword and Shield, right?
Yeah.
No, they did it in Sword and Shield.
They did?
Meowth.
Well, yeah. But that's the only one, though? I think. I mean, I think on a technicality, there might be one more.
I was about to say there weren't that many to start with. If I recall correctly, actually none of that was in Alolan. Galar was the first one to introduce like a different evolutionary line. Yeah, Alolan just had regional variants and no branching evolution line based off regional variants.
So then we might. But my thing is, I don't know if this regional Growlithe would be enough of a justification. Because it almost doesn't look like it's changing the typing enough to matter.
Yeah.
Whereas Galar Meowth kind of did fully shake that up.
Yeah. Also, I'm trying to think. Could the Galarian Slowpoke evolve into the Galarian Slowbro? Yes. Actually, yes.
Yeah.
That's a double one. So that in that case, it would be Meowth, Slowpoke, Farfetch, Mr. Mime, Corsola, Zigzagoon, and Yamask. All had regional variants that evolved into different forms. Or into completely different Pokemon. Which is a good quarter of all of that.
If I'm not mistaken, though, I think Yamask is technically that's a technicality.
Yeah, Yamask was a regional variant.
But I think wasn't the circumstances for it not really enough to make too big of a difference?
I don't know, how different is Ghost to Ghost Ground or Ground Ghost? It honestly doesn't look that different, is the thing. Yeah, so either is possible, I guess. We'll see. I don't believe there's anything else. No. Release dates are still on track for what we've had them before. So, how are you feeling on the Arceus games? Well, not games.
Games? I think that's a new improvement, then.
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly. One of those, I think it's got potential, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know.
I am very much willing to give it a shot over the Diamond and Pearl remakes, because yeah, the Diamond and Pearl remakes are fine, but this seems more like, oh, we're actually experimenting with Pokemon? Yes, please. We're getting experimental. Because, like, it can very much fall flat on its face. And I am fully accepting that. But I am very much willing to walk in and be like, well, if this fall falls apart in my hands, it'll happen. But anything else on the Pokemon Presents?
Nah.
Alright then. So about Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
So Halo Infinite is certainly turning into a thing that I'm not sure if I'm on board with for a variety of reasons. And unfortunately, 343 has dropped 2 on our lap because in order to make the launch date of this fall, they have had
There's a specific release date.
I forgot what the specific release date was.
December 8th.
Okay. I was like, I know it's this fall. I didn't remember the date.
Because I got the email about it. I'm like,
But to meet that December 8th release date, 343 has had to make the decision of not launching with a co-opable campaign and Forge.
Which Forge isn't a surprise. Their Master Chief Collection on PC didn't come with Forge either.
Both are being held off for post-release updates in the future. So for now, at launch, you will have the campaign, which you buy, and the multiplayer, which is free. And that's it.
Yeah, so based off of that, guess what game won't wind up being in the co-op slot anytime soon?
I guess the one Halo game we haven't co-opted at all.
Yeah.
That isn't a strategy game, because I need to make that caveat.
Fair.
Because I believe both Halo Wars campaigns are co-opable. Actually,
really?
Yes, they are. Yes.
Dang it.
Yeah, both of them are co-opable.
Dang it.
To be fair, I'm the only one who owns both and cares about both, to be honest.
True and fair.
So yeah, I feel weird about this because I'm like, Forge, okay, so you still need to get like all the user generated content or all the tools in place, and that takes time, and you know, it's not a super necessary thing. But then I'm like, wait, how did campaign co-op not, how do you not have that work? What's stopping that? I'm confused. Is it because this one's trying to be like big open world and open-ended? And
maybe
having multiple people involved in a single instance of it is incredibly a problem, because you can have two different people on two different sides of the map, and then you have to work. Okay, yeah, I can start seeing where that can be a problem.
Yeah.
Wait, how do we handle two people going in two different directions? I hate Charizard. Two different directions, possibly doing objectives at the same time. Oh, I can see event flags going real wrong with that. Oh no. Okay, now I understand. I understand why these are delayed.
Yes and no. Because there's actually an easy solution to
that. Player one has priority and everyone stays within a certain range of him?
Yeah.
Or her?
Because tell me what's the difference between that or like when we were doing CE and we'd hit a loading point and I'd lob you in front of me.
That happened a lot. Well. That's all I can offer you, Charizard, is well. Of course they did. It happens. Don't worry, they'll probably be really behind on Revice. I can't wait because Hawk Achilles and them are gonna do a podcast, like not this coming Tuesday, but the next Tuesday. And they're gonna be talking about the first episode of Revice. I'm a little concerned that it might not be subbed for them by then, Because usually the subgroups take a little while to get the first episodes out.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it more depends on how much hype is on it coming into it.
I can definitely say that some people are not very happy with Revice for a very specific and good reason.
It's one of those that I'm at the point of I will watch the stream and watch it during that until I choose to drop it.
Fair.
If I make it through the whole show, cool. If I don't, yeah, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's one of those points where it's gonna be the same as what I did with Saber. It's like, yeah, I will go as far as I want to, and then that's it. And between watching the beginning and the end of that train wreck, I'm like, yeah, I didn't miss much.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
And
So
don't get me wrong, I feel like the final episode of Saber probably did the most right for the show. Because it kind of hit the right check marks. It had no backbone in it. It's like, oh, we're gonna do this stuff and make you feel things for these characters you've been seeing all season, except the last 5 minutes. It's like, oh, never mind. Everyone's good. Everyone's happy. We're all fine.
yeah. What's even better is that the Saber V cinema's gotten announced.
Of course it has.
No, 40... 1 second. 47 just came out today. Raw, mind you. Or 47 is the final episode. Now I'm confused. Hang on! Now I'm confused. This is what happens when I watch it via stream. I lose track of episode numbers. Okay, no, 47 is the final episode of the show proper. 48 is the crossover episode that came out today. Raw. So yes, Charizard, you're 1 episode behind. My bad. I am very bad at this. To be fair, you didn't miss a whole lot in 46, because I think you missed a lot of people just fucking limping around everywhere.
Yeah. I think 46 can pretty much be summed up to everyone dies. Like, just saying.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if...
I was in the stream for that one, and I'm like, this feels pointless. And then the end of the episode exactly kind of proved that one. And I'm like, yep.
Is it bad that there was a moment in like the last episode that I'm just like, you're reminding me of Arc 5 in a bad way? Please stop.
Nope. That's not that's not a problem at all.
And I'm sure you know the exact moment.
I mean,
Because I'm going to be honest, I've come to hate every time two characters just scream each other's names at each other.
I mean,
I hate it now. I absolutely hate it.
I am just saying, I know exactly the moment because you were vocal in chat.
I mean, I was upset about that moment for a different reason that was further along.
But it was partially that too.
But Toma and Luna screaming each other's names at each other is just like, no, stop it. Please actually talk to each other. Do not scream each other's names after this poor child has limped her ass all the way up the stupid tower. I am still mad that it's Primitive Dragon and not Draconic Knight, because Draconic Knight got the fucking shaft in the series and I hate it. I get it. Primitive Dragon has small child who gets to have one last appearance, but still, Draconic Knight deserves more love. Damn it. I'm gonna be honest, it would have been far more badass that instead of Toma being raised up by Tiny Book, it's Brave Dragon, him on the back of Brave Dragon coming out of that hole. That would have been far more badass.
Yeah, that would have, actually. And I'm sorry, I haven't watched the bulk of Saber, except for the simple fact of I still can stand by this regardless. Both 01 and Saber, the quote-unquote final forms are not the final forms. Can we quit doing that?
No, we have to sell a last-minute premium Bandai thing.
Fine. Let the final exclusive form kind of be a thing then. Don't turn that into the final form when it's really not any more powerful than the base form.
Yeah. Also, for anyone wondering, the Saber V Cinema is apparently going to be set 8 years after the finale, and Espada finally gets an upgrade.
So we're doing all the time jumps with this show.
Yeah. The trailer unfortunately doesn't offer much outside of close-up shots of people being upset about things. And somebody took up Falchion's sword. Who could it be? Yes. It's a repaint retool of Elemental Dragon with, I believe, an extra page that folds out. It's already up on all the various premium Bandai middlemans. I think Toe Collector's already taken pre-orders for it because it opened up. And I think it has voice lines from the 6 main writers and Luna, because Luna was so important to the series. She was such a great character in this show.
I mean, she became final form. I think that complicates the matters of why I'm really against that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's one thing I can say, yeah, I don't agree with realizing Hopper being 01's final form either. But at least they didn't just go, oh yeah, here's this one character, they are just this form now.
It's bad that
even though what's really horrible is the fact that we actually had the option to do that in 01.
Is it bad that I feel like May is the best female cast member of Saber? Because she didn't get screwed over in some capacity at all?
I'd have to watch the whole thing. And I kind of don't want to.
Fair. because Sophia got shoved into a closet for 10 plus episodes and got to do nothing until the end of the series, where they gave her Caliber and she got to be Caliber for exactly 2 fight scenes because yay. Sabella got to be really cool in her introduction, and then as soon as her brother showed up, was just stuck tagging along with him and didn't get to do anything. The most fun she got was in a Zengaidra crossover episode.
Hmm.
And then Luna got nothing.
I mean, yeah.
Was a MacGuffin the entire series, and then got turned into a book. And presumably died. But got to phone in as a Force Ghost alongside every bad guy from the show. And Tassel. Because all the bad guys deserve redemption.
Also, I feel like going forward with anyone that likes Saber, if they complain about Guy having a redemption arc, I'm going to be like, okay, look at the last episode of Saber.
I'm sorry, how many of your bad guys got redemption by the end? All of them?
For what reason? Alright, none?
Well, folks, you see how invested we are in Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
We have derailed into this long conversation.
Yeah.
So, anything on Halo Infinite before we move on?
No, because I don't want to... I don't want to come into it with negative thoughts kind of deal. I want to give it a shot since it feels like they're kind of going back to the basis of what made Halo Halo.
Yeah. It feels weird that they're putting so much plot in the Halo multiplayer, and I'm like, when did Halo multiplayer need plot?
The big issue I'm having, and I'm still trying to fight around this, is, you know, the whole entirety that is Halo 5.
Yeah. I can't wait to find out how much they're just like, and everything important from Halo 5 happened off screen. We're moving on.
No, I'm half waiting on them to find a way to tie the end of Infinite back into what they did in Halo 5, just so that they can be like, no, that is still canon.
You have more faith than me. I feel like they're just gonna fucking retcon it out, just be like, we are moving on to something else entirely because we have no idea what this Reclaimer saga is supposed to be. Because isn't this supposed to be the Reclaimer saga?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And you know what's bad? That was 343's idea. That wasn't even Bungie's idea.
Yeah, no, Bungie's busy doing Destiny stuff.
Like if that was originally Bungie's idea, was, oh, we're gonna do it in sets like that, that would be one thing, because it'd be like, oh well, 343 just flubbed it up when they got it, cool. But this is their idea. And they still screwed it up. It's one of those, I want to look at it just completely unbiased, but I don't think I can.
Yeah. I'm willing to give the multiplayer a shot since it's free. I'm gonna wait for people to talk about the Halo Infinite campaign before I even remotely attempt to buy into it. You're gonna have to prove you've done good.
I mean, I have good Halo. It's called the Master Chief Collection.
Fair. All right. Speaking of Xbox, let's talk Gamescom Xbox showcase.
Oh, so the showcase where they tell you that everything on Xbox comes out on Windows 10 as well.
Probably. I didn't bother watching this, to be honest. I honestly did not bother to watch either Gamescom presentation because I didn't know they were on until the last minute, and I was busy with other stuff. So I was like, I'll catch the recaps. Which, hey, there's something I get to be excited about in the other one, not in this one.
All I'm saying is the reason I say that is, yeah, that's kind of been the running theme with Microsoft recently.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why?
Yeah. So I'm just going to go down the recap here from Microsoft's own website. Forza Horizon 5 had some new gameplay and some cover cars. I guess it's a Mercedes AMG 1 and a Ford Bronco Badlands. And there's also a fancy spancy controller for Forza 5. Age of Empires 4 got a history feature with some videos talking about history. Yay! Cloud gaming's coming to the Series X and S and the Xbox One consoles. Flight Simulator is getting some major updates. Germany, Austria, Switzerland with some new aerial imagery, high resolution elevation maps, etc., etc., etc. Sea of Thieves gets a Mayhem ship set inspired by Gearbox's stuff. State of Decay 2's Homecoming is getting an update. Wasteland 3 is getting some updates. Dying Light 2 gets a new look, because that's not out yet still, right? Right? I swear that's not out yet. Crusader Kings 3 is coming out later this year. Bunch of Humble games. Stray Blade is coming next year from 505 and Point Blank. And The Gunk is coming out. So, stuff with no trailers. And I feel like just moving on because I got no thoughts on any of this.
Yep.
All right, fun stuff now. Because Gamescom opening night with the Jeff Keighley, the one Keighley person. Let's see. I guess they announced here that Halo Infinite was launching December 8th.
I think so. And if that's the case, then that also means that I didn't realize that Gamescom was going on until after it was over. Whoops.
I think Gamescom's just this weekend. I think it's just like these kind of events, and then if you're in the Gamescom, actually I don't think Gamescom is like a physical event this year. I think it's a digital event. I know Gamescom has kind of took over E3's position as this is where a lot of developers and stuff go and talk to other developers and stuff about projects, because Gamescom actually has like the proper conference rooms and all that for this, where E3 kind of doesn't have that kind of stuff anymore, which is why Gamescom is outselling E3 in the last couple of years. You know, when they were physical events before the COVID. Also Skywalker Saga is coming out spring of next year. Or Lego Skywalker Saga is coming out next year.
Yeah, the good one. I mean...
But stuff to be excited about. So you remember when I mentioned that there was a rumor that the XCOM devs were working on a Marvel Tactics game?
Uh-huh.
Apparently, I was one show off on this rumor, because now it's been announced, and it is called Marvel Midnight Suns. We don't have any proper gameplay at the moment, but essentially, bad guy has magic zombie army, and we have teamed up a bunch of Marvel heroes of both the magic and non-magical origin with our new character for the game to go defeat them and save the world. And right now, based off some trailer footage, Doctor Strange, I believe the most recent Ghost Rider, the one that was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I cannot remember his name offhand.
I have no idea.
Because the name I'm thinking of is like, no, that's the Blue Beetle. That's the most recent Blue Beetle. I can't remember his name. But I'm like, it's the Ghost Rider with a car instead of a bike.
But wouldn't he be the Ghost Driver then?
Technically, yes, but eh. But yes, him,
Couldn't resist.
Blade. Yeah, Blade. I cannot remember her name, but she was in Avengers Alliance. Captain Marvel, Captain America, Wolverine, Iron Man, and somebody else I don't remember the name. I don't know. Seem to be our current roster of playable characters. This is slated for release next year, March next year. And if you sign up for newsletters and stuff, you get a Nightwalker or Night Stalker skin for Blade, which confirms that there will be alternate skins for the characters, which isn't surprising because the trailer has them in like standard outfits for a lot of them. But if you click on the link for the article, we have them in their, I guess, this is our we deal with magic shit armor for everyone. Which I weirdly saw some like a tweet about saying about people complaining that Tony Stark was in this game, and I'm like, I mean, this is a Marvel Tactics game. Why would we not at least hit everyone? Regardless of origin? Because to be honest, how many heavy hitters of the magic end of the MC of the Marvel universe can there be before we run out?
I mean, I think the game's already hit that.
Yeah, I mean, like Doctor Strange, Blade, Ghost Rider. I think we're out of magic characters people can probably name off their head that are magic in origin. Technically. Because I'm sure people are like, Thor! And I'm like, well, yes, but also alien, so no. But I'm like, that's fine. Like, I mean, if they play into the fact that Tony is confused by magic nonsense because he is a science person, I'm on board for that.
Or if they play into the whole magic is just science that he hasn't figured out yet.
That too. Like, there's ways to do this. So, meh. I'm like, who cares? Honestly, who cares? When was the last time we had a Marvel Tactics game? The answer, I think never, to be honest. So I'm fine with them throwing in whoever. But the other major news is, and the reason that you saw Saints Row the Third Remastered free on the Epic Game Store is they announced the Saints Row's reboot.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Again, no gameplay, just a little cinematic trailer of, well, it's a Saints Row's reboot. That looks to be taking place in, like, the Las Vegas area, I guess? Let's see. Outlast is getting Outlast Trials. A look at Splitgate, which I didn't know that existed until I heard someone mention that, and I'm like, wait, what is this? And I saw FPS shooter with portal mechanics, and I'm like, ooh.
And it's free to play on Steam.
I need to grab that then. I'm like, this sounds interesting.
It is hard to wrap your head around. Not gonna lie.
I'm sure. We've got a double dose of April in things from Turtles, because not only is she going to be a playable character in the Shredder's Revenge side-scrolling beat-em-up game, but she's also a playable character in the Nintendo Smash Brothers game, along with Cat Dog. Because I guess we should just throw April in everything. Which I'm fine with. I do like that one of her finishers is her dropping the mic literally on someone's head after they're dead. Yes. Also, she is kicking people's asses with just all sorts of camera equipment and stuff. I'm like, yes, yes. Although, curiously, they updated, I assume, like, the key art for the game that they use for when the title screen comes up after trailers. And curiously, April is off to the side of the turtles, which makes the image look offset, which means we have another playable character incoming. 3 guesses on who.
This is someone's idea of a practical joke, right?
Captain, what should we do? Arm every SIG for deployment. Initiate launch sequence. Open the pod bay doors. Justice shall be served.
You don't know?
Nope.
Casey Jones. I do not doubt for a second Casey won't be the other playable character on the opposite her. I mean, there might be more than just the 6 of them, but I'm like, okay, you've offset this art now. I assume Casey's playable now. Because you wouldn't do this on purpose. Because this is annoyingly offset for no reason. Century Ages of Ashes was a dragon riding game that was shown off. Riders Republic is getting a beta. Call of Duty Vanguard got shown off with some single player gameplay. Yay, Call of Duty. Moving on. Aloy got gameplay of her in Genshin Impact, which I don't think that update's hitting PC anytime soon. So if you're playing Genshin Impact on the PlayStation 4 or 5, you've got access to her, I think, now or very soon, but you're waiting elsewhere. And Morgana is in the new Super Monkey Ball game as a playable character, alongside Kiryu from Yakuza for some reason. I don't know why, but the thought of Kiryu in a Super Monkey Ball game is very hilarious.
Yeah, that sounds like one of those odd things.
Yeah. Let's see, King of Fighters 15 got a release date of February 17th of next year. And Dream Cycle got shown off from creator of Tomb Raider, and that was it for opening night. So, anything got your attention here?
Maybe not really, kind of deal.
I mean, Marvel Tactics game, but
But after Avengers,
fair.
like I hate being this way, but I feel like it's got a little bit to prove before it's actually gonna be there.
Incredibly true. I would like to see gameplay of this, but I'm at very least on board with the idea of Marvel Tactics game, because I'm the dumb person who's like, I would like more Tactics game featuring properties because I think that would be fun. Because I'd also be the one to suggest, hey, can we have a Kamen Rider Tactics game? Because I've thought about it, because it could just follow Super Robot Wars' gameplay style, because that would fit.
Fair.
But you know what the funny thing is?
What?
That technically exists already. Back on the PlayStation 1, Banpresto made a Tokusatsu Tactics game. It looks very rough and very not good. And did not sell well, which is why they never made another one. Because that one what is it called? Is Super Tokusatsu Taisen 2001. It came out on the original PlayStation. Back in 2001. Had Ichigo Nigo, V3, Rider Man, and Black RX for Rider. It had the Go Rangers from Sentai. It had the original 3 Metal Heroes, so Gavon, Sharavan, and Shider. It had Kick-Tider 01, Shiner? What? And Water. And it had Ultraman, Ultra 7, and Ultraman Jack. And it had a bunch of super robots, and it had Inazuman. And it does not look particularly good because I looked at some gameplay. It looks rough. Rough even by PlayStation 1 standards.
Oof.
Oof indeed. I may or may not take a day to like stream this, but I might not let audio play on it because music in these kind of games scares me because it's not like the actual songs, it's like these like instrumental versions of them, but that still spooks me. So I'm not willing to roll the dice. I might like stream like the first like hour or so of it if we can get through it before we switch to something else for a day. Just to be like, this is what this looks like. It does not look good. But yeah, I'm in favor of more tactics games. But that was kind of it. So, anything else before we talk about the Metroid?
No.
All right, then. Metroid Dread has been getting a lot of promotion recently. This is not the only trailer that came out the last couple weeks. There's actually a completely different trailer that came out before this. This is just the more... I've seen spoilery, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't think this is very spoilery. Not really. But I are ignorant to Metroid lore, so... maybe I just don't see the things that other people see. So I would say the big thing to come out of this trailer is where's the good shot? Where is it? There's like a good full body shot in this trailer. Or did I imagine that? I might have imagined that. I guess not. But it's right at the start of the trailer. You see a certain figure with a cannon arm, and I might be ignorant to the Metroid lore, but that's a Chozo, right? That's a Chozo. That is a living, breathing Chozo that is about to whoop our monkey asses and put us in the toilet. Based off the context of this trailer.
I believe so, yes.
Because I am aware of the secret ending of Metroid or Samus Returns that I think is set up for this game, since it's the same developers, where they set up oh no, the Chozo kind of are assholes and conquerors. Oh no. Not all the Chozo are good people. And I assume one of the bad Chozo is this guy. Whoever this guy is. That proceeds to obliterate us and sends us to the bottom of this research facility, I think is what it is. And we have to climb our ass back out of. And then at like the 40-second marker, isn't that one of the bosses from Super Metroid? Isn't that the big boss from Super Metroid?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was.
Kraid, I think.
I sure. I don't know. I don't know what their names are.
Yeah, Kraid.
I only know the riddle, and that's it. But yeah, there's
That's
that.
actually I get why everyone's saying that.
Okay, inform me of why.
The last shot's what kind of gave it away there. I was sitting there thinking, you know, this fight here almost looks like that's a variant of the Varia suit. And it probably actually is. Because of the final shot in that trailer there.
Mm-hmm.
It shows Samus in a more watered down version of the suit. Meaning that was at some point with an upgraded suit.
Oh.
That still could be early in the game.
I assume it is, because the article refers to this fight as this is when you lose all your abilities at the start of a Metroid game. And I'm like, fair. We go investigate this facility, find a Chozo, and he goes, you're going to the bottom, and then proceeds to obliterate us and send our ass into the void.
The only reason I could see people jump into the conclusion of this is spoiler-ish is for the simple fact of it almost looks like this is the second encounter that Samus would have had with it, seeing as how she actually lobbed a rocket at him.
Fair. Very fair.
It's one of those, it almost doesn't feel like that's first encounter because you take a character that has literally gotten most of her power-ups from these Chozo and she's gonna fire on them.
Yeah, to be fair, he does look sketch as hell. He looks incredibly sus.
Yeah. Like, I could see all this playing out as the beginning if, since technically this takes place post-fusion, it's something akin to like maybe an X-Parasite takes over a statue or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why Samus fired, because she knows darn good and well that this is an enemy.
Yeah. Also, like the 127 mark, because I saw this and it's like split seconds in the trailer, but gravity suit confirmed? Question mark, I assume.
At least a variant of it.
It's got the gravity suit purple.
But the chest piece is different.
Yes.
So that's why I'm like, at least a variant of it. Like, I don't think we're gonna see any of the true suits that we've seen beforehand.
Yeah.
But, yeah, more than likely a variant of the gravity suit. Especially seeing as how I think it's came up in 3 different Metroid games that I can think of right off the top of my head. So yeah, that's probably gravity suit.
Also, curiously, and this might be just me interpreting things wrong, but the final shots of the trailer are Samus about to get exploded by the Chozo via his arm cannon, and she seems to like pass out, and then she's engulfed in a red aura, and her eyes are open, and I'm like, Samus, are you going Kaioken or something? Do you have a super mode you're tapping into that you got because of Fusion? Because I'm like, you don't have a super mode in Fusion. You have a super mode in Prime 3, but that's later, right? Or no, that's earlier.
Earlier.
But that doesn't count. Yeah, but that doesn't count. Because that wouldn't be involved in this.
It depends on how far in they're going with everything.
Yeah.
Like, if they're more leaving the Prime Trilogy as it is, out of fear of they don't know what 4 is going to do going forward,
Probably a safe thing to do.
then we'd kind of have to ignore the Prime Trilogy. As weird as that sounds.
But I wonder if it might be something else. Well, I think also I'm thinking of that because, like, okay, you have to get these. What is this? The super beam thing? I forget the exact name of it to beat the Emmys. And I'm just wondering. Wait, is this that? Technically, is this the first instance of it, and that's why you try to go get it every other time, and then eventually you unlock that permanently? It's just I want to hit a button. I'm gonna go super mode.
Maybe.
Because I assume you're not gonna like be going after those like super beam charge ups every time. Like there's gonna be there's gonna be variations to that. Yeah, I'm excited. My first, well, I can't say that. I have played Super Metroid, so it's not my first 2D Metroid. It'll probably be my first full 2D Metroid because I'll play it through the completion on stream. But I have played Super Metroid on my own time. Because I got a free copy on the Wii U from, I think, Nintendo Rewards, I think back in the day you could redeem for a thing to get free games.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I don't know what unplugged and plugged back in on my computer. Because something unplugged and then plugged back in immediately. But any other thoughts on the Metroid?
No.
Alright then, one last thing. Bungie had their own little showcase of their next major expansion to come out February 22nd, 2022, because 22222. Because Bungie gotta do what they gotta do. Has Bungie ever released a game on like 7.7?
I mean, if they did, it would have been 7707.
True. This is the closest they can get to their 7 joke.
Uh-huh.
But they fully revealed The Witch Queen, which is their next major expansion, and that the current season of Destiny is going to be the lead into, which is the season of the Lost. So The Witch Queen is going to feature a new area to explore, a new weapon that they're calling the glaive. Essentially, it's a staff that can shoot things, and you can smack people in the face with it. And it's all in first person instead of the sword, which was third person. They are introducing weapon forging, so you can create weapons through using them to, I guess, complete different challenges maybe and stuff to unlock like parts to like further customize it. They didn't get into too much detail on it, but that's kind of the basics. There's like a legendary difficulty of the campaign for the Witch Queen. And probably the thing that you're going to look at this and go, the fuck, is, so you know how the Guardians are special and stuff because they have like light and all that? Mm-hmm. And they have all their superpowers? What if the bad guys got a hold of that? And now they can do everything you can do, including respawn. Because Savathun, the Witch Queen herself, has stole the light in some capacity and then went, what if I made my own guardians? So now we have Hide Guardians that have, you know, all the different light subclasses and all the supers and stuff, and even have their own ghosts, which you get a model of in the collector's edition for the Witch Queen. And you do have to actually kill the ghost with a takedown in order to prevent the Hive Guardian from respawning. They also announced that this is I guess technically the first of 3 expansions that will cap off the Light and Darkness saga that is Destiny 1 and 2, essentially. Or 3, technically, because I think a lot of the Destiny 2 stuff at this point was technically Destiny 3. And that will all come to an end with the final, not necessarily the final Destiny 2 expansion, but the Destiny 2 expansion, The Final Shape. I'm sorry, I cannot take this name seriously.
Nope.
The final shape? The final shape. What is it? What's the final shape? Is it a hexagon?
I mean, it might be a circle.
True.
It'd really be weird if it was a square.
Mm-hmm. It's a dodecagon. That's what it is. Yeah, the Season of Lost will run from right now. It was released August 24th, all the way to February 22nd. So it is a very, very, very long season. I think the longest season for Destiny 2, because I think they have like the same size seasons ish of Fortnite, but this is like a several month season. But they're also promising there's going to be a lot of content and stuff, because yeah, we have no major expansion until February, so we got to make sure we give you content and stuff. But along the way, for Bungie's 30th anniversary, they'll be doing a 6-player event that is a dungeon that lets you go get loot, and some of that loot is based on Marathon. And also, if you purchase the 30th anniversary like pack, you get Gallarhorn, you know, that one rocket launcher that everybody knows from Destiny. And also, there's a Nerf version of it coming in real life for those of you who wish to have a Nerf Gallarhorn. They're also incorporating BattleEye anti-cheat and stuff for trials to make multiplayer or make trials a lot better. That's one of like the detail like updates, is that they're trying to make their big like competitive multiplayer mode like a lot better to experience and to play through. But yeah, that's Destiny 2 at the current moment. Does this make you hop in?
Not really, but it's more based off the fact of how they handled the rest of the stuff, so yeah.
Fair. I don't know, it's really hard for me to feel like I want to get into Destiny at the moment. I kind of enjoy watching Destiny from the outside, because I feel like I get a not grindy experience. Because like, I feel like there's just a lot of grinding in Destiny that I'm just not up for. And I think it's just because I'm one of those people of, I would like a singular game as my hobby. I don't think I can do that.
I mean, true.
I can't do one game for an eternity. No. I need multiple games in my life. I like to explore different genres and stuff and different things. So I can't do one game forever, which who was it? I saw this. I wish I could remember who this was, but I saw an interview or like these comments from somebody from the industry. Oh, it was Final Fantasy 14. The guy that's the head of Final Fantasy 14. What is his name? Yoshi P. He talked about how he designed Final Fantasy 14 to be a game that you can put down and walk away from and come back when you're ready. That you didn't have to come into the game daily because he didn't want the game to be the only game in your life and respected your time.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, which I'm like, God, more free games. I wish you were that. We're just, hey, you can go away. You can come back whenever. You're not going to miss anything. The content will be there. It's fine. You have a life outside this video game. There are other video games you can go play and come back. Because you can drop your subscription to Final Fantasy 14 and then come back and re-up it when there's a new expansion or something that you're interested in. That's not a big deal. So I kind of like that, and I wish more games were like that. Of this free-to-play hobby mentality. But can't. That doesn't make the money. Also, darn it, I missed 2 dates on the releases. Highlight that. Thank you. Did I get everything else? Yes. But yeah. Anything else on the Destiny?
Nope.
Alright then, that is all the news we got for the week, so it's time for releases! We have a lot to talk about. Or at least a lot for me to list off, so we kick things off with the last day of August, the 31st, with Crash Auto Drive for Switch, Cabal's The Hunt Tournament Edition for Switch, Clid the Snail for PlayStation 4 and 5, Crown Trick for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, Guts and Goals for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, Keyway for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, and 5, and Switch, Lambtum for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch, Maneater Truth Quest for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, Monster Harvest for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch, Party Arcade for PlayStation 4, Pretty Presents NIS Classics Volume 1 for Switch, Wrestler for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, Song of Iron for Xbox One and Series X, Splitgate for Series X, PlayStation 4 and 5, The Big Con for Xbox One and Series X, and The Forgotten City for Xbox One. On the first, Alveole for Xbox One Series X and Switch, Combat Coloring Book for Switch, Galaxy Squad for Xbox One and Switch, Lake for Xbox One and Series X, Rava and the Cyclops Curse for Switch, and Strike 10-Pin Bowling for Switch. On the second, A Good Snowman is Hard to Build for Switch, Animal Puzzle preschool learning game for kids and toddlers for Switch, Absolov End of Gods for Switch, Armed Emeth for Switch, Bolt Vinic Chess for Switch, Cosmic Express for Switch, Demon Gaze Extra Limited Edition for PlayStation 4 and Switch, Farmers Co-op Out of This World for Switch, Bunny Farm Animal Jigsaw Puzzle Games for kids and toddlers for Switch, Kitaria Fables for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, Mini Golf Tour for Switch, Rico London for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, Sokobound for Switch, Surgeon Simulator 2 Access All Areas for Xbox One and Series X, The Magister for Switch, the BRC 10 for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, Weapon of Choice DX for Xbox One and Switch, White Girl for Switch, and Union for Xbox One and Series X. On the 3rd of September, we have a Night at the Races for Switch, Active Life Outdoor Challenge for Switch, Angel's Punishment for Switch, Big Rumble of Boxing, Creed Champions vs. on Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, Block Puzzle for Switch, Extreme Car Driver for Switch, Golf Club Laceman for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Mini Golf Tour for Xbox One. Beep Boop Bobble Quest for Switch. The Magister for Xbox One Series X and PlayStation 5. Victorious Western for Switch. And Weakwood Thorn for Xbox One. On the 5th, WRC God damn it. Missed one. WRC 10 Deluxe Edition for Xbox One and Series X. On the 7th, Bus Simulator 21 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Fist Forged in Shadow Torch for PlayStation 4 and 5. Sonic Hunters Unlimited for Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and Switch. WRC 10 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. On the 8th, PlayStation Final Fantasy 4 Pixel Remaster for Android and iOS. Are those as good as... that good of remasters?
I have no idea.
I've only heard about the text issue that apparently is fixable by like one setting, because apparently they're made in RPG Maker. Maybe, or they're being compared to they're being compared to RPG Maker games, which I'm like, that wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. Anyway, Frontier Quest for Switch, Struggling for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Tarragon, Symbol of Magic, Early Access for the Oculus Quest, and Ultra Age for PlayStation 4. On the 9th, Blood Rain Betrayal, Fresh Bites for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch. That's a fucking name I've not heard in a fucking eternity. Blood Rain.
True.
That's a PS2 action game. I think it's because I was watching one of Matt McMuscle's What Happened videos. And he was talking about a different game that I believe was made by the same studio that made Blood Rain. But somebody bought the rights to all that stuff, and that's the studio that is putting out all of these Blood Rain games, or at least shopping it out to Way Forward, because I believe this is the Way Forward game being made. And they put out remasters of Blood Rain 1 and 2. I don't remember the whole story, unfortunately. It's been a couple weeks. My dog is in the mood in the moment, as you can probably hear him pacing back and forth.
Yep.
One second. Let me go deal with him. Alright, I'm back. I don't know what the dog wanted. I followed him into the living room. He paced around on the couch and then just sat down in his chair. My dog is very strange sometimes. I think he wants something but doesn't know what that thing is. Anyway, where did we leave off? The 9th. We've got Boulder Dash Deluxe for Xbox One and Switch. Dice Legacy for Switch, From Heaven to Earth for Switch, Glow for Switch, Hermitage Strange Case Files for Switch, Hindsight 2020, Wrath of the Rakasha for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, Olympia Suri for Switch, Residual for Switch, Smashing the Battle, Ghost Soul for Switch, The Artful Escape for Xbox One Series X, The Tourist for PlayStation 4 and 5, Toy Soldiers HD for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Is that old? Xbox Live Arcade title? Or is it something else? Because I remember there was an old Xbox Live Arcade title that was, you had like it was on a miniature board, and you placed like different like miniatures of soldiers and stuff, and it was a tower defense game, I think. Know what I'm talking about at all? And actually, yes, this is. It is that game. Okay. But anyway, we also got Ultra Age for the Switch. And lastly, on the 10th, we have From Earth to Heaven for Xbox One, Lights and Guns for Switch, Life is Strange True Colors for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, Switch, and Stadia, Lost in Random for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, NBA 2K22 for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, Port Royal 4 for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, Tales of Arise for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, and 5, and WarioWare Get It Together on the Switch. And that is all our releases for the week. And I do not have a quick draw. And you do not have one either, correct? Tommy? Hello? Hello?
I'm here. My bad.
Oh, okay. You don't have a quick draw, right?
Right.
I do not have one either.
Which is odd.
Yeah, I didn't get around to printing the rest of that base, so I figure I need to do a lot of different things that I've been meaning to do, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, tomorrow then, we watch more Deno. I see the episodes for the week today, and boy, do we have two of those characters. Those two characters are in these episodes a bunch, and I just don't care. God damn it. But otherwise, the episodes are fine. We got that Sunday. Thursday, we pick up with Case 4 of Great Ace Attorney 1. Friday, we continue Four Swords Adventures. Next Saturday, we do a thing of a multiplayer variety.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And then we continue to know the following Sunday. So if you like what you're seeing, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Chipping away at that affiliate goal at TJSoon on Twitter. Gets updates when we go live. Exclamation point, Discord, and chat. Get to this link. Drop by. Say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.